Welcome. I'm Shilpa.
I'm Madison.
By the title, we're gonna talk about diversity, more specifically on gender.
We have some questions that we're going to answer. We're in a class and we are given this assignment. There's going to be 4 questions we're going to talk about.
So let's get started. Question number 1.
Okay, so gender is a person's identity and presentation as it's presented as either masculine or feminine. The issue is it's changed over time. In the past, it was very strict. People were very strict and had they didn't agree with it. Most people didn't agree with it. They only agreed with who was who. A boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. Today, in 2019, people don't really care. Most people don't really care. You can be who you want, express yourself just the way you want to be. And then everybody pretty much hopes that in the future it can pretty much be like the present but better, and everyone is special in their own way.
Yeah, so question number 2. So how does influence school life, the student's life, and social life? So one of the things is parents, teachers, and other students or their peers influence them on who they're being. So parents, they have their own background, and they also, I'm looking at my notes. They're okay. So answering number 2 was a little tricky for me. I was struggling. So this is why I have this video. So with that, parents, teachers, and peers can influence students or the children. So the first thing that popped in my mind was parents. So with that, it also goes with teachers too, because they're either parents of their own kid. So yeah, so with that, parents and teachers. So parents have their background on what they think is right and wrong for gender and gender roles. Also, their parents have their own background and how they're influenced by their own parents to be what they are right now. So, or they might change if no, I don't like this issue about transgender. So with the teachers is that gender identity is being changed more in the school setting than in the home setting, because majority of students see their peers either in school or on social media, and that's going to go with peers. So peers is influenced, so the students are influenced by their peers, their social media, how the peers were treated by their own parents, and how they grew up with either don't caring about gender, they may not care if you're a boy or a girl, or they're no, you're specifically this gender. For me, I really don't care. And then also, yeah, that's how they're raised. So I just want to clear that up, because obviously I couldn't say anything. The third question is,
teachers are pretty much required to be flexible on this topic and allow students to express themselves. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They should have an understanding and respect the students. And if they don't, then the students won't respect them.
Yeah, that is actually so true. Like, I don't think students should be in a negative situation because then that'll bring them down more.
Mm-hmm.
So, question number 4, also the last question. So, this one is like tips on how to help the teachers and also future teachers. Yeah, so like, I can't speak. So, one of the things is pay attention to all the students of each gender. So, like, if they're like transgender, then it really wouldn't. I won't say it wouldn't matter, but like it matters to the students because one of the things that you should probably notice or you might notice is that you call boys specifically, and that might be in the past too. Is like the teacher always called on boys because they had like a different functioning in their brains and they learn quicker on specific topics like science or math. They get that quickly. But like, what if one of the kids was a girl but actually was transgender into like a guy? I think that you should just like ask that person. And you can't go like boy, girl, because like you don't know what they're feeling that day or like who they want to be that day.
Okay, so the next one to the fourth question is using gender neutral language. Sometimes I feel like, especially in high school, and like present day, it may be hard to be able to tell if somebody is a boy or a girl, which is totally fine, but you have to be able to respect that and like be able to know how to approach them like correctly without causing issues in a way. So using gender neutral language, just call them by their names, or like using they or their instead of she and he can really make a difference and probably make them feel better if that is the case.
Yeah, or also in books, I was actually reading this the article. So I was actually looking at that, and whenever like, so I want to be early childhood, so that means like the kids can express themselves more through play and reading. So whenever you're reading a book, you can like swap the characters. The cow's name is Mary. You can say Bob or he, because like one of the names that I have down is like Taylor. That can be a boy or a girl name, because like that's just general.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, so the next one would be collaborate with the other teachers. So this can be helpful, especially for the baby boomer generation teachers, because they are more like specific on the genders, and we're just the future ones are going to be like, okay, what's your name, and then probably call them by their names. And collaborating with them would both be beneficial and helpful for newcoming teachers, because they can use it in the classroom and also throughout the school too. I know there's going to be like 500 kids, but like at least get your classroom the way that you want it, but also be flexible with it too.
So D, the last one on number 4, is trying not to assign classroom tasks. Like, don't assign classroom tasks while being gender specific, which means, like, for example, when you're having all your kiddos line up and you don't want it to be like boys line up first or girls line up first, and that, like, not only is that splitting them up and really, like, it's just splitting them up, it can cause issues. If you have the boys line up first, that can make the girls feel really, like, down, or it can really affect them. Or students, again, like we were talking about earlier, students who may be like
Especially expressing the opposite sex.
yeah, that it can really mess with them and affect them, and it would just cause issues. So avoiding that can make a difference.
Thank you, and that is it for the video.
Bye.